Hi there. A very good morning and good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to my channel Simply Stocks, and I'm live for this live session as promised. Slightly late, 10-15 minutes late. Was working on few numbers, so yeah, that's why. And as you would have seen, the headline on the video. So I'm going to discuss today about the Nifty PE and where is it headed. So, not quite where is it headed, but what is the rationale behind me saying that the market may fall, or what is the current scenario of the Nifty, the index itself altogether. It is not just by luck or by any, you can say, fluke I'm talking about that the Nifty is expensive at the moment or the markets are expensive. So, I'm going to discuss in detail about this and then answer your queries. So, morning, Thiru, and morning to all of you. I have read the comments that came about for the last video, and I did not think when I put up the video that it would have such a response from most of you. Uh, See, first of all, let me explain the video that I made and put up yesterday. It is basically telling you something of a pattern that is emerging in the markets here in India from 1984 onwards. So in 1984, we had a major incident, and due to which there was a market crash. 1992, and we all know about the scam and scam 92 and everything. So we had a fall 8 years. 2000 again 8 years, and we had a fall because of the dot-com bubble and the Ketan Parekh thing again, and 8 years passed by. In 2008 we had a fall due to the financial crisis globally. In 2016 Jan and Feb, you remember, if you remember, that by 2015 December we were at 9120, but in just 2 months of January and February we fell 25% on the Nifty. And probably 2024, that's why I was saying that we could have a fall. The reasons I mentioned there, that is not to say that I'm supporting any political party, that is not to say that I want this government to go or anything like that. In fact, I'm very happy to have this government, because this is the government that has given a lot of investors a lot of money have been made over the last, you can say, 6 7 years, uh, be it in the mid small cap or the large caps. So from 2013 August, we saw the market go up from 5100 all the way to 15,000 nearly. Now it's 3x from those lows. So it is absolutely not my intention to say that the government is going or something like that. I'm just saying that there could be only three scenarios where this government comes back in 24, which would be extremely positive for the market, and the market may continue to just rise. This government may go away and next government comes in, which might be a negative for the market, and market may fall immediately and then go up afterwards. Or we have a hung parliament, in which case again the market will continue to fall. So there are two things I want to just clarify here. That currently, when I say that the market may fall in January or February, I'm saying that market may go down 8, 10, 12, maybe 15%. But the video that I made yesterday was for those who would like to know that whether there could be a fall of 30, 35%, 25% in the market immediately. That is, in my opinion, not happening. Again, I'm not the one who is bringing the market up or down. So I'm just like you all investors. It is just my judgment, my assessment, and my analysis for that period. I'll come to the numbers just now, but it is just that that is a separate video for a 30% fall that will take place someday. I mean, that will happen. I mean, the markets cannot just go up all the time. I was just assessing as to when that can happen. And just it came to my mind that let's share with the viewers. That's it. Second thing is about a market correction that could happen in this bull run, which could happen now, which could happen after budget. I thought that January has always been bad for the markets in most of the cases over the last 10, 12 years. So this could happen in January. We could have it after budget or so, but we will have a good 8 to 10% correction, between 5 to 8% correction in the market, some sort of a correction for few days that has not taken place whatsoever over the last 3 4 months. So that's my only thing. So these are two separate things. Coming back to the valuations point of view, now these are the valuations that I have come up with, and you can put up your own valuations of Nifty EPS, etc., and we can debate on it. We had an EPS of FY20 of closer to 400, 420 rupees. In FY21, because of the pandemic, etc., I would say that we will go down with the respect to Nifty EPS. The analysts are saying we are going to have an EPS of 500 rupees. Let's just assume that we do go up and we have a positive EPS number for FY21, which I still doubt, but let's say it's 450. At best, I can think of a Nifty EPS of 450 for FY21. Taking that into consideration, at current levels on current Nifty EPS for this year, we are at 32.2 times earnings. In 2008, when the market fell, we were at 28.2 times. So we are something like 15% higher than the highest PE for Nifty that has ever taken place. That was in January of 2008, and we saw the fall afterwards. So 32.2. Let's assume that next year, and everybody is talking about FY22, and I am still skeptical about FY22, but all large investors, all you can say fund managers, and all are taking 500 rupees for the current earnings. Even if you take 500 rupees for the current earnings, we are trading at 28.6 times. And they are saying that FY22 will have a 30% growth, which I don't know how that will take place, but 30% growth for FY22 for the Nifty EPS. And they are saying 660 rupees for Nifty EPS for FY22. If you take 660 rupees, yes, market is reasonably priced. I won't say at 14,500 market is cheap. It's reasonably priced at 21, 22 times. But I won't be surprised if we have anything like 500 rupees for FY22, or at max 540 rupees for FY22. That's a 20% growth on my 450 rupees. If you take 540 rupees for FY22 earnings, then at 14,500, we are talking of the Nifty trading at 27 times earnings. Now, at 27 times earnings, do you think the market is cheap? I don't think. And we are talking of 1 year forward earnings. This is the only reason why I believe that the reversal can happen. There's no way you will have a sustained, continuous up move and there will be no fall. That is the risk in the market, and that is what I am always talking about. In my opinion, on 1 year forward earnings, we are trading at 27 times. And I won't be surprised if we go down at least 10% from here to come back to something like 24.2, 24.5 times earnings. And that would be a reasonable level to probably buy for you can say investment purposes. A 10% fall on the Nifty means at least a 15, 17% fall on your stocks in the mid and small cap, maybe 20% fall. And that is a huge difference from a Tata Elxsi at 2400 to a Tata Elxsi of at 1900 is a huge difference, and probably that is a reasonable level to buy. Similarly, with other mid cap stocks which have absolutely run up like anything. So that is my only opinion. At max, I expect 540 rupees for FY22. Analysts expect 660 rupees for FY22. Let's see how they go. Let's see how the numbers pan out. And if my numbers end up being correct, or anything, the numbers are anything less than 660 rupees, we will definitely see a decent decline in the market in the next 1 year or so. But that's my only point. Again, I have the right to be wrong, and I have been wrong on the markets for a number of times. It's just that my assessments tells me that the fall is just nearby. That's just about it. If you're trading, trade with caution. And we all are making money. So let's come to the point that everybody is talking about, that I want to put in money, that I want the market to come down to put in money and all. People who are on Patreon know that how much I am invested at the moment, and they will understand that there is no reason for me. And I'm having around 30,000 subscribers at the moment. If a channel of 30,000 subscribers can bring the market down of India, then I'll be highly surprised. So that is just my assessment, and I have made money. Many of you have made money in many of the stocks that I have called upon, and I'll continue to do that for my ardent investors here and for my Patreon members. So I'll do that, but there was no you can say negative intentions of my of putting up the video that I had put up yesterday. All right. So I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly support me through super chat and super stickers. That will help me grow the channel. That will help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Also support me on Patreon. I'll just share the link with you of Patreon and support me there. If you get the $10 membership there, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. Uh, every 2 3 days I do put up a podcast, and mostly that is about short term calls, and most people on Patreon would vibe that they are benefiting from it if they can write some you can say uh, points here as well, those members on Patreon. I'll just share the link of that, and then I'll just answer your queries for the next few minutes, and then we call it a day. Another thing I want to point out that there are some stocks that are currently, you can say, in a range. There are some mid cap, small cap stocks that are currently in a range. If you want to trade into stocks, kindly look at companies which have done really well over the past few weeks, months, but are trading in a range or have declined over the last few weeks, and probably get into those. That would make you a lot of money in trading over 2 3 months period, and that is how I pick my stocks, and probably look at the best of the stocks. So this is the Patreon link that I've shared with you all. So now let's answer the queries here. No point in global spheres. I don't want to comment on any, you can say, sin stocks. I don't do that. So I'm sorry for that. All right. It's a good stock, Bhansali Engineering, but I'm not gung ho on the economy kind of stock, so I would avoid. Dixon at 14,000 from 17,000. I'm keeping an eye on it. I would buy around 11,000, 11,500. That would be the best level to get into. I think there is more correction left in Dixon. Want to buy Kilpest at a perfect level for long term? Please suggest me a level. So perfect level. I wish I had known. Even I have bought at higher levels, and people on Patreon know about it. That is how small caps are. So currently it is on a circuit. I don't know why it is on an upper circuit, but went to 315. I can give you a range. I think anything between 300 to 330 is a good range to accumulate. But have patience with the stock. I don't think it's going to reward you in the next 6 months, 7 8 months, but probably second half of this year you will see big things happening in Kilpest, and probably over the next 3 4 years it's going to make you a good money. So that's my view on Kilpest. Again, Asta Industries, very good company, expensive valuations, wait for declines in the market to accumulate such stock. All right. I would avoid Federal Bank. I would avoid banking and financial sector altogether. And I have said that many times. Uh, AstraZeneca, very good company for from a 5 7 8 year time frame. Amber, I would avoid. I would look at Dixon on major declines. Thanks a lot, Arjun, for your super chat contribution. View on Tata Elxsi, will it go higher? I'm invested into it. Should I exit? Also, view on JK Tires. All right. I'm invested from 1500 levels. See, if you are looking at only a 6 months time frame, you can book profits. If you're looking at 2 3 year time frame, this stock can even go to 4,000 from these levels. Very, very strong company. So if you have 2 to 3 year time frame, hold on to it. Add on declines to 1700, 1800 if it comes there, 2000 to 1800. Otherwise, book profits at these levels. Yeah. Harsha, thanks a lot for your contribution. I have Midcap IT, Ramco Systems, and Birla Soft in profit. Hold on to it. Probably may go higher. I think IT is in a bull market of its own, of a different sort. So hold on to the stock with a stop loss. If you are a short term trader into it and you're making good profits, you can book out. but I think there is more gas left in them. Yeah, thank you for your contribution. On mobile, I would avoid for long term. I think you can look at many other consumer, you can say mid cap companies to get into. Bajaj Finance may just continue to go higher. I think. See, what has happened with the stock is that large investors are invested. So from 1800 to 4500, once things normalize and everything comes up and people are buying products, this stock could even go to 6000 levels. Harita Seating is a very good auto ancillary company. Once again, I think auto ancillary will be big over the next couple of years. You can buy on declines and hold on to it for a 2 year period. Harita Seating. DMart, in my opinion, is expensive at around, you can say, 3000, 2800 levels. Any declines towards 2400, 2450 could be good levels to buy. Kaya is an avoid. I would wait for numbers to kick in from Kaya. The company is good, but they have to produce numbers for me to buy into it. Airtel at 600. If you are a short term trader, you can book profits. If you're long term, I think 1200 is possible over the next couple of years. I am having a lot of questions that are coming up. Kindly use the super chat feature that will help me just take out questions that I can answer, because there are many coming up here. If you want really your question to be answered, use the super chat feature and I'll answer that for sure. All right. Asian Paints declines can be bought into NCCs and avoid. I like NBCC. I'm invested into it as a trader, so it's a disclaimer. But NBCC is a better stock at these levels than an NCC. Uh, SBI to me on declines can be bought into. I think it's slightly expensive. Varun Beverages, I would avoid. Hindustan Foods on decline can be bought at around 1100 to 1200 levels. That's my opinion. No call on Bank Nifty. I'm sorry, I don't track that. All right. I've talked about Asian Paints already. Yeah. Should I take fresh position in Aarti Drugs? I think there are some issues that have come up with Aarti Drugs. Avoid the company. That's my opinion. Probably look at other pharma company. I've talked about the larger pharma companies are pretty good to get into. Amazon will invest big in Airtel. Just a prediction. It could happen. It could happen. And Airtel has done well. So I'm very bullish on Airtel and Reliance, and I have always been. And I think those two companies over 3 years could double your money. I'm pretty positive about it, even from current levels. Both Airtel and to an extent, Reliance. All right. Lumex Industry is a very good company in auto ancillary. Probably you can pick three, four, you can say auto ancillary stocks and go buy it. So Motherson Sumi is my preferred pick. Then there's Endurance Tech. There is Sundaram Fasteners. These are very good companies to get into. Automotive Excels, GNA Excel. So Lumex is also good, but these are the 4 5 companies that I really like uh, in it. All right. Avoid HAL and other companies which are, you can say, government related. Most of the government related companies, I would say, avoid. VIP above 380, 385 can be bought into, not at current levels, but when it crosses 380, 385, it's a good risky bet. You could see 480 in short term on the stock. Berger Paints is expensive. MGL has run up a lot. Around 1000 are good levels to buy into, and that's why I was very positive on MGL from 850 levels. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks for being online. I hope you'll understand the reasons for putting up the videos, etc. Will be online again on Sunday, depending on how the match pans out. I'll definitely share the timing with you. It could be around 1:30 p.m. or around 11:30 a.m. Thank you. Thanks a lot.